Good morning. My name is Mehdi. What is your name?
My name is William Anderson.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada. It's a beautiful city known for its stunning natural surroundings, including mountains, forests, and the Pacific Ocean.
Excellent. So, in this first part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's start with holidays. Do you prefer spending holidays with friends or with family?
I tend to enjoy spending my holidays with family more than with friends. There's something special about the traditions and the close-knit atmosphere that family gatherings bring. It's also a chance to reconnect with relatives I don't see often and create lasting memories together. That said, I do appreciate the occasional holiday with friends as it can be a lot of fun and offers a different kind of experience. But family holidays have a unique warmth that I really value.
What kind of holiday accommodation do you like to stay in?
I prefer staying in boutique hotels or cozy Airbnb rentals when I'm on holiday. These types of accommodations offer a more personalized and unique experience compared to larger hotel chains. Boutique hotels often have a distinct character and charm, with attention to detail that makes the stay feel special. On the other hand, Airbnb rentals provide the comfort of a home-like environment, which is great for longer stays or when I want to immerse myself more in the local culture. Both options allow for a more intimate and memorable experience, which is what I look for when traveling.
What plans do you have for your next holiday?
For my next holiday, I'm planning to visit Japan. I've always been fascinated by its rich culture, history, and stunning landscapes. I'm particularly excited about exploring Kyoto's ancient temples and gardens, experiencing the bustling city life in Tokyo, and perhaps even spending a night in a traditional ryokan. I also want to try authentic Japanese cuisine and maybe even catch a glimpse of the cherry blossoms if the timing is right. It's a trip I've been looking forward to for a while, and I'm eager to immerse myself in everything Japan has to offer.
Is your city or region a good place for other people to visit on holiday?
Absolutely, Vancouver is an excellent destination for a holiday. The city offers a perfect blend of urban and natural attractions, making it appealing to a wide range of visitors. You can explore the vibrant downtown area with its diverse dining and shopping options, and then easily escape to the nearby mountains for hiking, skiing, or simply enjoying breathtaking views. The city's proximity to the ocean also means there are plenty of opportunities for water activities, like kayaking or whale watching. Additionally, Vancouver has a rich cultural scene, with museums, galleries, and festivals that reflect its multicultural population. The combination of natural beauty and city life makes it a fantastic place for tourists.
All right, now in this second part, I'm going to give you a topic and you'll have to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, you have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes to help you if you wish. Describe a car journey you made that took longer than expected. Feel free to start whenever you're ready.
One car journey that took much longer than expected was a road trip I made from Vancouver to Whistler with a couple of friends. We were heading up to Whistler for a weekend of skiing, and it's normally about a 2-hour drive along the scenic Sea to Sky Highway. However, what was supposed to be a quick trip turned into a nearly 5-hour journey. The delay was primarily due to unexpected heavy snowfall, which caused traffic to slow down significantly. The road conditions were quite challenging, with icy patches and reduced visibility, so we had to drive much more cautiously than usual. To make matters worse, there was an accident further up the highway, which caused a long backup as emergency crews worked to clear the scene. During the journey, I felt a mix of frustration and concern. On one hand, I was disappointed that our plans were being delayed, and the long drive was starting to feel tedious. On the other hand, I was also a bit anxious about the road conditions, as safety was obviously a priority in such weather. Despite the delays, we tried to keep our spirits up by chatting, listening to music, and enjoying the snowy scenery, which was quite beautiful even if it was slowing us down. Ultimately, we arrived in Whistler much later than planned, but we were all relieved to have made it safely. The journey was a reminder of how unpredictable road trips can be, especially in winter, and the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. Despite the delays, we still had a great time once we finally got there.
Thank you. You have talked about a car journey you made that took longer than expected. Now, in this third part, I'm going to ask you some more general questions related to the same topic. Let's talk about driving a car. How interested are young people in your country in learning to drive?
In Canada, young people are generally quite interested in learning to drive, though the level of interest can vary depending on where they live. For those in more rural or suburban areas, getting a driver's license is often seen as a necessity for independence and mobility, as public transportation options may be limited. Many teenagers look forward to the freedom that comes with being able to drive, and it's often considered a rite of passage. However, in urban areas like Vancouver or Toronto, the interest in driving among young people can be less intense. With efficient public transit systems, bike-friendly infrastructure, and the rise of ride-sharing services, some young people in cities may delay getting their license or opt not to drive at all. Environmental concerns and the cost of car ownership also play a role, leading some young people to consider alternatives to driving. Nonetheless, for many, the ability to drive is still an important skill and a step towards greater independence.
What are the differences between driving in the countryside and driving in the city?
Driving in the countryside typically involves less traffic and more open roads, which can be more relaxing, but also requires more attention to road conditions, like winding roads and potential wildlife crossings. In contrast, city driving is often characterized by heavy traffic, frequent stops, and more complex navigation due to one-way streets and intersections. Additionally, urban driving demands more awareness of pedestrians, cyclists, and other vehicles, making it more stressful and requiring quicker decision-making.
Okay. Do you consider most drivers where you live to be good drivers?
Overall, I'd say most drivers in Vancouver are fairly good. They tend to be considerate and follow traffic rules, especially given the city's emphasis on safety and the heavy traffic in some areas. However, like in any city, there are always a few who can be impatient or aggressive, particularly during rush hour. But generally, the driving culture here is relatively safe and cautious, which helps keep the roads manageable.
Now, let's talk about electric cars. How popular are electric cars in your country?
Electric cars are becoming increasingly popular in Canada, particularly in cities like Vancouver and Toronto. This rise in popularity is driven by growing environmental awareness, government incentives, and improvements in electric vehicle technology, such as longer battery life and a better charging infrastructure. While they're not yet the majority on the roads, the number of electric cars is steadily increasing, with more people considering them as a viable and eco-friendly alternative to traditional gasoline vehicles.
In what ways could more people be persuaded to buy electric cars?
To persuade more people to buy electric cars, several strategies could be effective. Expanding the availability of charging stations would make electric vehicles more convenient, especially for long-distance travel. Offering greater financial incentives, such as tax rebates and subsidies, can also make electric cars more affordable and appealing. Public awareness campaigns highlighting the environmental benefits and long-term cost savings of electric vehicles could help shift consumer attitudes. Additionally, increasing the variety of electric car models, including more budget-friendly options, would give consumers more choices that fit their needs and preferences.
Do you think all cars will be electric one day?
It's possible that all cars could be electric one day, but it will likely take time for that to happen. The shift towards electric vehicles is gaining momentum due to environmental concerns, advancements in technology, and government policies aimed at reducing carbon emissions. However, transitioning entirely to electric cars will depend on several factors, including improvements in battery technology, expansion of charging infrastructure, and the affordability of electric vehicles for the general public. While it seems likely that electric cars will become the dominant mode of transportation in the future, There may still be a mix of vehicle types for some time, especially in regions where the transition is slower.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test today. If you have any questions about this test or IELTS in general, please leave a comment in the section below, and we'll be happy to answer your questions about IELTS sections, especially the speaking part, as soon as we see them. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you soon.